With the end of 2018 and the beginning of 2019, a lot of you vapors out there might be finding yourself wondering, what great stuff did I miss out on? Today we've got a special list for you, and you're not going to want to miss what I have to say. I've compiled a short list of my 4 favorite tanks that I just can't get away from, and number 1 may surprise you. So you're going to want to stay tuned and check this video out from Mount Baker Vapor. Heading up the list at number 4 is the Innokin Xena tank. Now, a lot of you out there might be hesitant to want to try out this tank because you've heard it's a mouth-to-lung tank, and maybe you're not a mouth-to-lung vapor. However, the Innokin Xena tank has a lot of great features to offer you. It's got a twisting top fill that closes off the juice flow control. It has 3 different types of coils, the newest coil being the Plexus Z coil, which is basically Innokin's idea of a mesh coil, and it is fantastic. Running at 0.5 ohms, plus the longevity of the coil is amazing. And the range that you can adjust the airflow on this is also perfect. Maybe you find yourself frustrated with the sub-ohm tank you're using and the fact that it's constantly guzzling juice. The Innokin Xena tank provides great flavor and vapor production and gives you that throat hit that you want and all the nicotine that you need. And it doesn't guzzle your juice, which is amazing. And from Innokin, we wouldn't expect anything less. Number 3 on our list holds a special place in my heart, and it's the Fireluke mesh sub-ohm tank. The reason I love this tank so much is because it was my first experience with mesh coils. Up until then, you had the traditional, single coil or maybe multiple coil heads with that wrapped Kanthal wire, and the mesh just really kind of changed the game for me. It brought this flavor and vapor production out of a tank that I didn't know you could get, and you don't really have to run this coil at high wattages either. So the one coil that's available has a very wide wattage range that takes you up to 90 watts, and you can run anywhere within that range and be comfortable. So coming in at number 3 as one of my favorite tanks that you just can't afford to miss out on is the Fireluke mesh sub-ohm tank. Coming in at number 2 on our list is the Horizon Falcon sub-ohm tank. Now, the thing that I really loved about this device was my reluctance to want to try it. Everyone out there sang the Falcon's praises, and I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that a tank could actually be that good and deliver on all the promises they made. And boy, was I surprised. The mesh coils in the Fireluke mesh tank are fantastic, and like I said, will always have a special place in my heart because they are the first mesh coils I ever tried. However, the Falcon tank blows it away. The wood pulp that they have incorporated into the M1 coils, which is my favorite coil by far, works perfectly with the tank, and getting 2 weeks out of a coil, you just can't beat that, especially for the flavor and vapor production it provides. And the airflow on it is amazing. It can be dialed in perfectly. It's almost great for any vapor. And with all the coil options you have, there's something new out there and a new experience inside this tank waiting for you, and you don't want to miss it. Coming in at number 1, this tank is sure to surprise you because I know it surprised me. And I know when we started this video, I said stick around because it's going to shock you. And it's a shocking tank. It's shockingly well made. And the reason I say that is because the predecessor to this tank was so amazing, and the company, UWell, has been riding that wave for about a year now and just barely slowly seeing a decline in the sales of the last tank. And you know what I'm talking about. We're talking about the Valerian tank. However, we were waiting on bated breath for the next big thing from UWell because UWell does not disappoint. The quality of the construction, the attention to detail, the fantastic coil heads that they offer always please vapors. So the tank that I am surprised ended up at number 1 on my list is the Crown 4 tank. And now my experience has been limited with this tank. I've only used the 0.25 ohm and the 0.4 ohm coils. And both of those coils have pleased me. However, I found something was lacking, a mesh coil. And recently I found out that Crown has heard our pleas for a mesh coil, and there is a mesh coil available. The airflow on this, the way the drip tip fills in my mouth, the twist off top fill with the 4 slots make it so easy to fill with your juice. All that's left for you to do is enjoy. And soon you can, because it is coming to Mount Baker Vapor any day now. So you're gonna wanna keep an eye out for that. So to recap, starting out at number 4, we had the Innokin Xena tank. Number 3, a very special tank to me, is the Feemax Fireluke mesh tank. Number 2 still holds up to this day. If you haven't checked it out, you've got to check it out. The Horizon Falcon sub-ohm tank. And number 1, the tank that surprised me and I know is sure to surprise you, the UWell Crown 4 tank. With all the advances we saw in 2018 in coil technology and the development of new features on sub-ohm tanks and other tanks alike, I can't wait to see what 2019 has to offer. And we'll be sure to keep you updated and bring you more great videos.